Hi guys, I wanted to show you some poetry books. You guys did some great poetry books back last month, I think it was. Did you know April is Poetry Month nationally? So I thought this would be a good time to share with you some other books that you might enjoy with your class. I wanted to remind you that the very first poetry that everybody learns are the Mother Goose Tales. So please use those in your room. The kids don't know these Mother Goose rhymes. There's so many that are lacking. So if you could do that, that would be really great. And then I have some books that you might like to sing. Maybe you know the song about Frog Goes A-Courting. This is a book that has that song inside of it that you could sing with the kids. There's lots of books that are songs too. For instance, Take Me Out to the Ball Game is a book, but it's also a song. This book has really great pictures inside of it. And once you've learned this song, you might want to share with them the book Take Me Out of the Bathtub. Inside are poems set to different tunes that are familiar that you guys might know. This one is set to Take Me Out to the Ball Game, and it's Take Me Out of the Bathtub. So it talks about how wrinkled up he's getting and everything, and that's really fun. The kids enjoyed singing those together in class. Don't forget that poetry books can also be fiction books. This one, Out of the Dust, you can see it won a gold Newbery medal, is written in poem form. So you could find your poetry books in the poetry section as well as in the fiction section. Another example like that is Amber Was Brave, Essie Was Smart. It's about two sisters, and it takes you on the journey of what happens in their life. It's like this on the inside. Another book that kids really like is this one, A Bad Case of the Giggles, or Anything by Bruce Lansky. I picked out one of the poems to share with you today. This one's called My Baby Brother by Jack Perletsky. My baby brother is so small, he hasn't even learned to crawl. He's only been around a week, and all he seems to do is bawl and wiggle, sleep, and leak. So you have some fun with those kind of poem books. Another book the kids like is this one called Bow Wow Meow Meow, book about pets. This one, for instance, the Dalmatian, and they put all the spots in the picture, but they also wrote the poem with spots in it. It's called The Dalmatian. Of spots, you've got an awful lot. More often than not, you're easy to spot. This is a real different kind of book called Mathematicals. These are math poems. They've got all the different kind of math things inside of them. For instance, on this page they talk about croak, croak, croak plus ribbit is a knot of toads. Tadpole equals 2/3 of a frog. Those are kind of fun for them to figure out. Kind of along that same line is a book like this, Meow Rough. This is a story in concrete poetry. They are really clever in this book. They've made the shapes of things and made words in them to describe them. So this cloud says, plump bright dome of sugary white sky muffin. And these words where this dog is running says, must run, 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 don't want leash, want speed, want freedom. And then if you look real close, there's ants down here that are marching, but there's also words across here where the sidewalk is. This one says cracked anthill, dried mud, rain, flood, edge of grass. Every time I read this book, I find more things that are words I didn't even realize. Some poetry books are really different the way they're written. This one's Big Talk by Paul Fleischman. Oops. This one's written for 4 voices to read. So everybody gets a color. So anytime the words line up with the colors, that's who speaks. So the green one and the orange one speak here, then the red and the purple speak, and they go back and forth, then everybody talks at once, and then you go to the next line like that. So it's a poem with 4 voices. Another one that kids enjoy are the You Read to Me, I'll Read to You books. These are by Mary Ann Hoberman. They're written for two voices to read together. So one person is this color, and then the next person's this color, and then when you get to the end, you both read together. They have a lot of fun with those. And she's written, just this one's fables, but there's all kinds of them. Frankenstein Makes a Sandwich is a very different kind of poem book, and as you can imagine, the boys really like this one. Takes all those characters out of Frankenstein and talks about them. Their very favorite poem books. This one, it's Raining Pigs and Noodles by Jack Prelutsky. I thought I'd read one of these to you. It's called I'm Standing in the Corner. I'm standing in the corner. My mom is mad at me. I'll bet it's the bubble gum still stuck to the TV. Or maybe she remembers that I woke her with my drum. Or could it be the orangeade in the aquarium? I wonder if she's angry that I took apart the phone. Or possibly because of where she found that ice cream cone. Maybe it's those vegetables I hid beneath my bed. More likely it's a certain word I accidentally said. Perhaps I'm being punished for buttering that bug. Or for the tube of toothpaste I squeezed out on the rug. It's probably because I tied my brother to a tree. I'm standing in the corner. My mom is mad at me. Those are fun. If you've not heard of Runny Babbit by Shel Silverstein, this one's really fun. The kids really have to think about this. He takes two words and mixes the first part of them up with each other. So it's called Runny Babbit, obviously is Bunny Rabbit. It's a Billy Sook, so a silly book. This poem is called Runny's Hand New Brat. Brand new hat. Runny got a present, a lovely Herpel Pat. He put it on and passed his owls. What do you think of that? One said, ooh, it's storable. One said, yuck, it hinks. Now Runny Babbit never asks what other thief will pink. Those are fun. You have to really think what word you're trying to say. Shel Silverstein has written books that the kids love too. This one's A Light in the Attic, and I chose a poem out of there too. Being in the library, this one speaks to me. Overdues. What do I do? What do I do? This library book is 42 years overdue. I admit that it's mine, but I can't pay the fine. Should I turn it in or hide it again? What do I do? What do I do? And the last one I pulled out to show you is also by Shel Silverstein. This one's called Where the Sidewalk Ends. This poem is called Magical Eraser. She wouldn't believe this pencil has a magical eraser. She said I was a silly moo. She said I was a liar, too. She dared me prove that it was true. And so what could I do? I erased her. A cute picture that goes with that. And now with the Common Core standards that are out, you'll be wanting to use more of this type of literature with your kids. And memorizing poetry is good for their minds, too. I was going to tell you about one time I taught a whole year of reading with different poems. I put a different poem up on the wall every week, and we read through it, and we spent the week finding nouns and verbs and words that rhymed and different letters and just anything I could think of. And then by the end of the year, they chose two they wanted to memorize, and they performed for us too, so we got public speaking in. That's a different way you could use poetry. So, have fun with poems. It's good to talk to you. Bye.